Hi, it's time again for Spider and Old Scooter. Tonight is the Ministry of Silly Hats edition of Spider and Old Scooter. And the theme is going to be how talking to yourself is good for you. And we'll get to all that, and I'll explain this. But first, let's get on with the game. Spider Solitaire, the Macintosh, the iMac, the Apple version, the one that comes, or came, on my Mac back in 2014. And here we are. This is Spider Mac, the embodiment of smarts, the artificial intelligence, single purpose, play the game, that makes it tough on me. And I have many theories about her, including how close she comes to consciousness. So anyway, let's start off. If you're here to watch a game, I'll do my best to play a game. So I didn't fall in love with that, so I get to try this, and she charges me naught for these trial runs, which I think is very fair. However, she takes advantage of you subtly and uses psychological tricks on you, and I even think sometimes reads minds for sure, tracks patterns of play, and finds your weak points. Well, I've got these two aces. So let's see what's under them. Well, that gives me that. Do I have to do that to get that? I don't think so. So I'll go back and do just this, then that. I think it's more efficient that way. I'm not sure why. One of my principal objectives is to use up all of these cards, and the thin blue line, the ready reserve, a source of Spider Mac's powers. So I'm not seeing a lot more moves. Not bad for the first deal. Well, there's one. Silly. Silly Hats. The Ministry of Silly Hats. With the tip of the silly hat to the Ministry of Silly Walks. Python fans. Do you know Python is a powerful programming language as well as a Monty? I have a friend, the guy who sort of co-developed this silly thing you're looking at right now, Roger Dahl, who programs in Python and C++ and all kinds of stuff. All right, I guess I'll have to say that's all I can see. You may always see something I don't. Please don't be too harsh on me for that. So the Ministry of Silly Hats started when I found this net. This was avocado net. Organic avocados, of course. Perish the thought it would be otherwise. That's what this little vein on the top of me is. Man, I feel like a flying superhero. And this thing, when I want to turn right, I do this. I want to turn left to do that. So it's perfectly. I've never actually worn a hairnet before in my life. And once I put it on and looked in the monitor and saw how it looked, I said, that's very silly. And since the Ministry of Silly Walks is one of my favorite things, I thought we'd go with the Ministry of Silly Hats. It hasn't improved my game a bit. The idea is I'll wear it till I make a score. If I don't make a score, I'll wear it to the end of the game and feel quite foolish. I already feel foolish. Try putting one of these things on. See if you don't feel foolish. There is a time for feeling foolish. Sometimes it's the best thing that can happen to you is a little foolish feel. I feel sort of foolish right now, as a matter of fact. Do that, or I could do this and this. See? It's so much better. It brings tears to my eyes. Oh, this is not a great game. The awful feeling I'm not at my best right now. It's a darn hairnet. You notice I said darn. It's as hard as I cuss on this clean, squeaky clean YouTube channel. As I've characterized it, it's Twitch for old people. If you don't know what Twitch is, easy for me to say, go look it up. It's fascinating. Saw today it's like the 8th most used online interactive website, like Facebook and Twitter and all that, among the Z generation. You know what the Z generation is? Sure you do. Everybody's ahead of me on this one. That's the people who were born between 1995 and, I don't know, 2010 maybe. So like people in their early 20s all the way down to kids. And Twitch is the 10th or 7th or something most watched online channel. YouTube, this one which you watch at this moment, actually beats Twitch. Hairnets, what did they do? You don't see them anymore, or I don't. Probably just going to the wrong bars. So they kept your hair in place. I know kitchen workers wear them to keep their hair out of the food, which sounds like a heck of an idea to me. 4. Hear the beep beep? That means the dishwasher hath washed the dishes. And it will keep doing that like every 5 minutes for hours. It's comforting, don't you think? The dishes are done. Alright, well, slow game, just not making anything happen. Guess I have to wear this silly hairnet all the way through. Remember, it's not really a hairnet, it's sort of a repurposed avocado sack, bag. And you got one either here or there. And there's nothing more to do. So, madam, I bow to your immense superiority. I give you $74, $500 to play, $5.50 to break even, $1 a move up till you make 50 moves, and it's $10 a move. It gets radical quick. So I've lost $74, and I've presented myself in a foolish fashion. That's the way it goes some days. Wasn't I going to tell you something? The benefits of talking aloud. There was a story in the New York Times. I know what I was going to do. You want to see that story? Watch this. The benefits of talking to yourself. It was in yesterday's New York Times, nytimes.com. And the benefits of talking to yourself. And that's what I'm doing, and I do all the time, even when I'm not on YouTube. So I was happy to read that. I thought you might like to know it was so. And in my newly published book, Ms. Time Tripping, which I may or may not have mentioned to you, I have this. I have a protagonist who talks to himself. The comfort of my own voice, I said, not quite so loudly. If I talk, I feel better. Not talking is to go crazy. I grinned and humphed kind of a cough laugh. Oh, shit, boy, you're standing naked in the middle of, what, a savannah? And the only thing that keeps you from crashing your system completely is the sound of your own voice. So, you see, I got into talking to yourself even in my attempts at writing fiction. Why don't you go away? Oh, damn, well, don't save it, just throw it away. There you go. So anyway, thank you for attending my foolishness, and in celebration, oh, I feel so naked. Good night.